just proficiency, and since there's been these, so many of these grappling shows to work on.
I'm a big believer that these MMA fighters should do pure grappling competition and maybe do pure boxing, kickboxing competition.
Yeah.
Do each discipline at the highest level. I think Keith Speed's going to have the power and athleticism advantage here. But I think Brock is going to have more experience in grappling and is the more skillful guy coming in. Although, not to say that Brock is not athletic and not to say Keith Speed is not technical and experienced. That was a beautiful double leg. Keith has a lot of skill. Not to downplay it at all. It's just what I see as the advantages and disadvantages going into this match.
He's got a lot of MMA fights, pro MMA fights.
Yep.
So he's for the moment, for
He's
sure.
a professional athlete.
Yes.
Yeah, and Brock, anytime he gets a hold like that, man, you're in trouble. And I think going into this match, he wants to elevate Keith. He wants to get under and get a grip on those legs. I talked to him actually a little bit, and I mean, he's going to use unorthodox movements to throw off his rhythm and try to catch something in the middle of that. I think Keith's just got to maintain the pressure here. Very hard to get a solid hold of anything on Keith.
He's an explosive guy.
Yeah, and I mean, those guys are really hard to deal with. And I mean, he's very wide-shouldered, so a move like a triangle is going to be hard on him too. And a Darce choke, a lot of these moves are tough on these guys with these wide shoulders, muscular frame.
And he's coming off back-to-back submission finishes in his MMA fights.
Yeah, and again, his fight in Jacksonville, he showed us excellent grappling. And he's doing that here. He's doing a lot of control. Kind of just pulled that hook out, said, no, get that out of here. But Brock's slowly climbing. If Brock can get that hook deep enough, start to climb out, he can have the back here. And look at that. Now we're seeing Brock on top. And Keith was kind of in the driver's seat the whole match. Let's see how he deals with some adversity. Brock trying to drag him down. And he does get him to the floor. He's got one hook in. And it's the bottom hook, which is the important hook. And now he can look for a twister even, calf slicer, maybe just trying to get that second hook, look for a submission. But he's got a strong bottom hook. Keith pushing at the legs with his leg, very smart, trying to peel them off. Now Brock's got both hooks. He's got a body triangle. And he's got some time to work, too. We got more than a minute. I know that because we haven't heard the clapper yet. Clap on, clap off. And Keith wants to put his right hip on the ground now. He wants to try to put that triangle on the floor if he can. And what Brock's doing to stop that is he's extending that leg that's locked over top. He's making Keith's leg go out. Now he can't post on the ground and start to bridge and start to change sides because he keeps kicking that leg out.
There's an element of like patience to this game, like the control that you're waiting to have. You're waiting to feel that little bit of a slip. Something that can advance your position. If you go for a better position.
Yeah, it's a chess match, and it's making me think how the overtime might go because obviously we're seeing a really long extended period on the back. And maybe Brock, I think he maybe would want to take the back because he's shown he can keep it for a long time. Maybe not finish, but can maintain that control for longer than the overtime round lasts and win that way. We'll see. But I think Keith is defending so well that we'll probably see overtime. But I'm not. We still got a whole minute, though. We got a whole minute of this. But it's hard to submit someone who just doesn't want to be submitted. When that becomes your goal, it's very hard to do. That's why I was never a big fan of people saying, well, I didn't get submitted. It's like, well, if your goal is not to get submitted, it's not that hard. But are you attacking? Are you doing anything to actually put up some offense? Obviously, this is different. He's doing exactly what he should. He's fighting these hands, and he's just staying alive because he knows overtime could be coming. And for Brock, I mean, he's got to do something different. He has to know what he's been trying isn't working, so he has to try something new. With only 10 seconds left, I think we're going to see overtime for sure. And I'm really interested, obviously, who wins the toss and then what the choice is. And I always say it's probably smarter to take escape, but if I'm Keith Speed, maybe I take the back because I just was controlled for 2 or 3 minutes with someone on my back, so maybe he's better off trying to get the submission. And it is his choice. And he's going to choose. He's going to choose to escape.
So I think he was maybe saving some of that explosive burst. Didn't want to.
Right. Didn't want to go too crazy because he knew he was pretty good at fighting those hands, staying safe there. But I hope he's aware he's got to get out. He doesn't just have to survive. He's got to get out. And he just gave up another body triangle, which is just so much control. Yeah. Brock's really good here.
And he took that immediately.
Yeah, it was really quick. And he knows that as soon as Keith, look how he keeps extending the leg out. That's such a good little detail that Brock keeps doing. It's just taking that base away. Every time he tries to base up and put that triangle on the floor, he's going to kick that leg out and see as he does it again. But Keith has finally been able to make a base here. He's got to put that triangle on the floor. He has to put that triangle on the floor if he wants to get out. Which I'm sure Brock will just try to switch right away. But he still has to attempt. And while he's switching the triangle, he might open up, and then that will give him an opportunity to escape. This is interesting.
Now he's going to try and pry those feet apart. So
this is a lot of work for Brock trying to maintain this body triangle while they're on the feet. He's got the cage holding him up, though, a little bit, but it's a lot of work, and that's it.
Control.
So who won that? The guy on the back won that. So guys on the back, it's 3-6 right now. They're making a comeback.
No. This is not a sub. This is control. This
is
like church.
But I'm saying what do we want to know is who's better off, the guy who chooses to escape or the guy who chooses to take the back?
Yes.
So that's how I'm looking at it.